everyone. Today I'm going to show you how to use one set of dies to create tags that'll fit any of your sentiments on any of your stamp sets. This particular video we will focus on the rectangle stitch dies. I've already taken some out of here, that's why they look like they're not complete, but I'm already taking out the ones that I'm going to use. And as you know, a lot of the Stampin' Up! Sets come with many different beautiful sayings. This is the Pansy Patch set. Beautiful sayings on there. There's the Encircled in Friendship. Again, so many beautiful sayings. All Things Fabulous. Sayings right there. The Delicate Dahlias is one of the free sets you get in Celebration. Again, wonderful sayings. And this one called In Your Words is one of the free sets that you can also get right now until the end of September during Celebration. And you can obviously have circle punches and square punches that might already fit these, but in case you don't need to worry about creating a tag. You can just manipulate the way you feed in your dies in your Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine to fit your sentiments. So let me show you how that's done. I've got the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine ready here for us to use, and I've already pre-stamped a saying that I wanted. I just use all my scrap pieces of white from prior projects, keep those. So I've stamped my greeting. The little things you do make such a big difference, and as you can tell, the die that I'm going to use is way too large for this greeting. But all you need to do is you want to position it on your cardstock so that the border of it is right where you want the greeting, the tag to start. Cut your cut right there. And then you would go ahead and lay it onto your cardstock. I like to use some washi tape. I have lots of washi tape lying around the house that I've used prior projects. So you will go ahead and just tape your die down so that it won't move when you're actually die cutting. And what you want to do when you run that through the die cut machine is when you put your top plate over it, you want to do it such that it does not reach the end of that metal die. Then it will not cut. So let's go ahead and do that. And run it through our die cut machine. And then when you take that out, you will see that you now have this. So it's cut where you want it on that side, but not on here. And all you're going to do after is lay it down so that you're cutting this side. And it's hard to explain it on video, but when you're actually laying your die on top of your cardstock, you're going to kind of feel it click where you want it to be, because the stitching lines on here will actually fit into the stitching lines that are already on the cardstock. And again, unless you can feel it, it's not hard to kind of explain in a video, but you're going to be able to feel it click in place, and that's how you know that it's where you want it to be. So let me just go ahead and position that where I want it, right there. And now when I put my cardstock through, I will just run my top plate so it covers the side that I want to cut. And then when you pull that out, you will see that you now have a tag that is the right size that you wanted. So out of this die, large die, you just cut it so that it fits. So let's do that again with another saying. So again, just using your leftover scraps, I stamped a saying just a note to let you know that someone thought of you today. Same process, go ahead and use your die and just tape it down using washi tape right where you would like it to cut. Get my washi tape over here. And let's just go ahead and tape that down. And then again, you want to make sure that you're just cutting. See, this is another trick I'm going to show you. You don't have to worry in this case about the metal plate because your cardstock ends right there. So you don't really care about whether or not that will cut. There's nothing to cut on this side. So keep those pieces of cardstock because you're going to be able to use them to make greetings and use your die cuts to cut them properly. So let's do that. And when you take out the greeting, you have this. And now you're just going to go ahead and run it through again and lay your die on top of it so that it cuts out the top part. So let's go ahead and put that through. Oops, I didn't use washi tape. See how it moved? So don't be lazy. I thought I'd get away with it not using washi tape, but it actually moved on me. So let's just do that again and put our washi tape there and run it through. And you should get a greeting that is just exactly the size that you wanted. So again, out of this giant die, you were able to make a piece of cardstock that matches your saying. Alright, so now I'm going to show you a couple of cards that I made using this technique. So here are two cards that I made using tags that I created using my dies, rectangle stitch dies that I manipulated in the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. So for this particular greeting here, I actually used a die from the Ornate Layers die set, and this is it here. So what I did was I had my greeting and I lay my die so that it cut just the top and this side, run it through, and then I took it back out again and switched my die this way and run it through my emboss machine so that it would only cut the bottom and this side. And then you get this beautiful saying that you can use for your cards. And then for this particular card here, I use this die from the rectangle stitch dies, and the first cut went through like this, so I cut the top, and the second cut I moved the die up this way to cut the bottom. So here are the two cards. First I'm going to show you the ones that I cut for you today. So for this one, we use this die cut. We moved it around, so that was that one there. And of course, for this particular greeting here, we use this die that we cut on the top and then manipulated later on to cut the bottom. So there you go. Two tiny greetings, two larger dies, manipulating the way you feed it into your Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine to create any shape of tag that you need for your cards. And this is one card that I made using one of those tags, and another card. So try it out. Be amazed at the amount of different size tags you can create with just one die set. Hope you enjoyed this little tutorial. If you haven't yet subscribed to my blog, please do so. I'd love it if you did. Subscribe button is on the right hand side, the little red rectangle on the bottom right. Thanks for watching, everyone. Catch you again soon.